This is my first chance to see you. Actually, I think this is my first chance to see you in person since you've actually come to the club, bizarrely. Yes. So I guess we should start with, very generally, how are you? How's Mansfield Town? Where are you all at as a club?
Well, we're about 6th or 7th in the league. That's the most important thing. And we're all doing okay at the moment. We've been a season, the last 6 months have been incredible ups and downs, just within a 6 month period. Great start to the season, then we couldn't win a game for what seemed a very long time. And since we got that first victory, I think it was against Tranmere at home, we've got some players back and we've been on a great run. So we've got ourselves in a nice position, potentially good position, but that's all it is at the moment. Still a big 3 months to go.
Are you in a really, really good place now? As a side, I'm looking at these facilities. You've got amazing facilities. You've got your team back. You've got clear support in the transfer window. Yeah. You must feel like you're in a very good spot.
Yeah, I think we are, but I think there's so much can happen in football. You don't take anything for granted, especially after 2 months ago when we were as low and down as we were. Then we can't take anything for granted. The only thing that was a lot of our good and best performances have been at home, and we have a large imbalance now. We have a lot more away games than home games remaining, so we've got to deal with that. 'Cause it's slightly more difficult winning on the road.
So, with that in mind, as you plan out the rest of the season, what is your target still top 7, or is it higher than that?
No, it just remains top 7 and see what happens from there. Let's stay in that playoff mix and see how close we can get to anything else. But can't forget where we've come from and how fragile it is as well. So we started the season brilliantly, and then within a few weeks we couldn't win a game. So we are very conscious that it could very quickly go the other way as well, and we'll do everything we can to avoid that.
Just more broadly, I mentioned the facilities here. I first came up here, I think my son was doing some refereeing for a tournament that was being held up here, and I walked in and I thought, okay, this is something here, isn't it? This must be great to come to work in every day.
Absolutely brilliant, and it attracts players as well. When we show players, well, this is the sort of training facilities that we have, and they did some work on the pitches in the summer, and because it's new, that will be ongoing in the next couple of off seasons, and everything's set up. I think once you get this in place, it gives you a chance. This is where we spend the majority of our time and do our work. So it gives you an opportunity to succeed.
Over the weekend, obviously, you did have a game, so you were hoping to mix it up with a bit of training and a lot of rest for some tired legs. How did that all work out?
Well, it was rest. Lads had the weekend off to sort of just to relax. It's always the balance between, we've talked about it before, those who are on the fringes of the squad. There's not too many in that case, keeping up to speed. There's 4 or 5, Faz Raw, some people out with being 2 games out suspended, has to do a little bit. But the majority of the lads have played so many games that here we are first week in February. It's not a fitness issue now. It's a rest issue as much as anything, and trying to keep them fresh we play at home tomorrow, and then we don't have another home game for a month. So we're going to be on the road an awful lot as well, a lot of travelling, and a lot of away games in the next 2 months.
Have you had a chance yet to get the 2 new lads involved from transfer deadline day and meet the squad and do some training with them at all yet?
Yeah, they all came down. Jamie Murphy came down last week, and it was very important, I think, to come here, see where they're going to work, and also meet everybody. Matty Longstaff was at the game at Harrogate, and having spent 10 or 15 minutes on the phone to him on the transfer deadline day, persuading him to sort of join us, or sort of saying, we do try and play a bit of football for a League 2 side. He didn't believe me when he'd seen first half at Harrogate.
Have you actually had a chance, though, to have them train with the squad?
Yes, yeah.
How have the squad reacted to them?
I think they reacted to them very well. They reacted to them before they even trained. But when you see that little bit of quality, first training session is difficult, they're just settling in. They've got 3 months with us, and 18, 19 games have we got. So they'll have an impact in those games. But they also realise that they're coming to a team that's playing so well, and has been a settled side. So they have to earn their place in the team.
But are they fit enough to be thrown in if required?
Yeah, neither of them have played 90 minutes for a while or started many games. Jamie Murphy's been coming off the bench. I think he had 25 minutes last week. And Matty's been at Aberdeen, but not started too much. So it'll be a case of building them up. But then 19 games to go. We can't wait too long for that to happen.
With what happened at Colchester away, do you feel you kind of owe them one tomorrow night?
No, I don't think so. I think it was more a refereeing error than anything else than Colchester did. They just sort of converted the penalty that we didn't think was. But no, I think we're playing a different animal 2-3 weeks ago. They went down to Sutton and they were a few minutes away from getting a result down there. And since Wayne Brown's come back in, the last 2 away games, they've had outstanding results. Won 3-0 at Salford and then 1-0 at Orient. So not conceded a goal. And when we played them early in the season, we said any team that sort of has Judge, Sears, Scouse and Chambers, the other 6 or 7 that you put around them, are going to benefit from those 4 players. Because we talk about the experience and the quality that we've brought in. They're as good as any 4 players in League Two.
Just Lapsley and Gordon unlikely to be available?
Yes, yeah, hopefully everybody else, training permitted. So we'll see, but yeah, just those 2 definitely out.